live recording. Destiny 2. Oh, fuck. Episode 2
Good job.
of the Destiny Underground podcast here. We have ATP on here. He does solo nightfalls and shit. It's a lot better than me. You want to introduce yourself, ATP?
Yeah, hi, I'm ATP. I play Destiny 2. I'm better than Colt, but that's not a hard triumph. I do a lot of raids and nightfalls. I also am a chemistry student. That's basically it.
Well, I'm higher up in chemistry than you. Even though I don't know as much. Fuck you.
Okay, buddy.
Alright, I'm Colt. We got Ginger, Zimp, and Blue.
Hello.
Hello.
Blue is my favorite simp.
I know.
Alright, so talking points. Do we hop right into the day one raid, guys, or are we gonna go talk about this overall expansion?
We gotta do the expansion first.
Expansion.
Yeah, probably best to give the context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So, expansion was banger. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Hot
Story
take,
was
but not hot.
phenomenal.
I was about to say, yeah, hot take, but not hot take. Best story.
That's
Yes.
a very lukewarm take at
Yeah.
the hottest.
cutscene.
Do you guys actually pay attention to the story?
I
do
did not.
somewhat.
I do.
Because I don't. I just sit there and I'm like, wow, this is cool, and then I hit
Yeah.
escape to skip this cutscene and then go on.
I've been paying attention since D1. Not hardcore, but I know the overall story. I'm aware of who all of the Grim Gods are, who the
Hey,
Seventh.
The fuck a witness, by the way. I did that story day and a half ago, and I'm confused with the witness is.
The Witness is
Widower.
Nah.
He, the witness is the big ultimate bad guy. He's the mofo behind everything. He's
But-
the guy who controls
I
all
bet
that
when we
shit,
kill him,
basically.
so there's gonna be something bigger than him, and then when we kill
There
that
probably
thing, there's something
is.
bigger than him. Or her.
Obviously.
But I'm gonna be really upset if the Witness ends up being a dungeon boss or a strike boss, and it doesn't put up a
Nah.
fight.
But
I reckon.
no,
I reckon
they-
it's
they
going
did-
to be raid.
They do that to every big boss though. Savathun is supposedly more powerful than Oryx, and she just fell over in the story.
They do
It's-
it for accessibility reasons, right?
Yeah,
So they want to make sure casuals can experience the story just as much as anyone
When Taken
else.
King
could.
did that well, you killed Oryx in the Overlord,
Yeah.
and then you killed him in the Crown Horde.
Yeah, I was a little confused why they didn't go that route. That would have been really nice.
Yeah.
You get the casuals get their they get that sense of satisfaction to an extent, and then the hardcore players that can actually do King's Fall get their extra experience in.
I think they did Rolk though, the disciple, very good.
Right, Ralk is
Yeah.
canonically more powerful than Savathun, but she somehow tricked him into being trapped on his pyramid.
No,
At least that's
actually,
what I
recent
read.
lore-
Wasn't
recent
Savathun's,
lore was by
Special thing, deception.
the witness sent
Yes.
him there.
Yeah, the Witness, he's the first disciple of the Witness. So
Yeah, but the
He's
witness
been
sent
sent-
Rolk there in the throne world. That's what.
right.
I think the going a bit off the story, but the actual just boss itself, it being kind of the first mobile raid boss like that is kind of
Yeah.
nice. It's a nice threat because in all previous raid bosses, they've kind of just stood there and done much. I guess Crota kind of moved about, but he was kind of a non-threat. Axis teleported around the room, but a non-threat.
Yeah.
And then You've got
Crota.
Rolk, who will go around and ratio you.
Yeah. Crota was
Oh.
only a threat when it wasn't damage phase.
I
though.
love Crota. Back in I remember being chased by him in the room sometimes. That fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, that whenever that happened, he would just TP into the room, and he'd, yeah,
posed by Aaron Yeager, but it's Crota.
yeah,
Destiny 1.
yeah, he was
Oh.
just fucking
I'll have to
teleports
go
behind
more
you.
in detail when we get to the raid, but my team, we treated Rolk as a normal raid boss and just sat in a well and just sleeper
Yeah,
him
really.
with him
Fair.
on top of us. That's how we beat it because
Yeah.
we weren't
Oh, for real?
expecting a boss to move, so we
Yeah.
treated it as just a normal boss and just kind of adapted based
So
on
when
that.
once you saw that he was moving around, you didn't adapt at all to that? You didn't start moving around?
We placed a well like on top of him.
Oh.
And we stood on like at his feet and would just sleeper directly above us, and we killed him that way.
Well, if it works, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't work very well, but we beat it at the
end. But
Yeah,
you at
fair.
least beat it, which to me means it worked.
All that matters, right?
Yep.
I think overall for the campaign, it was a good, steady build of an experience as well. Like, in terms of actually talking about that, Legend campaign is the only way you should play the campaign. Like,
For real.
Having played the normal having played the normal campaign version, it's just boring. But the Legend campaign, you have to kind of somewhat engage your brain, and there's some engaging gameplay there, and it's a lot more fun. Especially with a fire team. Yeah,
there's actual threats in the Legend campaign, but the normal campaign, it just feels like you're just like running through enemies.
Yeah, it's like Patrol, but stories happening.
Yeah,
which I think it was, the intent of the regular level story.
Yeah,
like
I think they should at least make the normal campaign like an in between the two.
Yeah, it shouldn't be as easy as it was.
Yeah, I think it's the third mission, the one with the chieftain.
Yeah,
that one, like it was pretty tough, like on the first clear on Legend. And then you go to it on normal mode, and the guy, like, he doesn't even look at you. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
And you can just... Yeah.
He just lost 100 IQ points.
Yeah,
it's like the Riven mission as well. That Scorn boss on Legend one hits you.
Yeah, that was a bitch.
Yeah, it just one taps you and you're gone.
And you've got res tokens, and you're trying to get through his entire health bar. And if one person like takes the wrong step, they're dead.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a little bit confusing, like for the first 10 seconds, realizing that you could only damage the Ahamkara after he shoots his fire beam.
Do eyes, man. They didn't do
eyes. Yeah, it didn't do eyes.
I was like,
we didn't do eyes.
Yeah, we were expecting to have to shoot eyes.
Yeah, actually gonna make people do legit Riven. That's what I thought, and then
I said this pre-raid, like, because some of the people in our clan were doing like runs with a new team for the first time for like day one. Doing a legit Riven run with your new team is like the best way to build communication, because that boss fight relies so heavily on comms.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got two separate sides like trying to communicate with each other, but also like across to the other team, all while like not overlapping comms. No, it's really good.
Yeah, I still like, even though Val's a really fun raid, it's got some cool mechanics with the symbols, I still think like Riven boss fight is one of the best, just like pure encounters out there.
Riven is still best of all time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that Val
Riven's
is the best D2 raid. So
no.
Yes. I disagree.
Val would be better if they didn't hard gate the caretaker.
He's not. You can
on the first floor he is, isn't he?
I think you can. I mean, he's not. If you delay damage on plates, you can do more. So like if you so that section, you can go past that if you slow down on damage.
I suppose.
Because you can 2-floor him pretty pretty easily.
Yep.
You just have to like actually focus on when you're dealing damage to him and like stop him right before that threshold, and then get on the new plate and just absolutely nuke him. But I think it's frustrating how he's locked.
It is. Yeah. That's more. It's just frustrating having to like potentially over or under damage him on purpose.
Yes. That is annoying, but the best thing about Caretaker is he's scared of sparrows.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. If you get Sparrow to Caretaker, he doesn't go down the path where a Sparrow is.
Oh, really?
You can hard lock him into the
you can like force him to go left or go right.
Yeah, or force him to stay.
Guaranteed way to do like.
Oh shit, that's funny.
The damage phase,
yeah. I gotta try that sometime.
It's quite funny to watch.
I'm just waiting for Dax to get his Sparrow all the way to Rolk.
Sparrow to Rock is going to be an interesting one because getting your Sparrow to 3rd floor of Caretaker is cursed, and then you have to get it to Final Stand, and then you've got the fucking acquisition thing to get it through. The Sparrow to Rock is going to be one hell of a journey.
It's going to be his greatest accomplishment.
I feel
That's
like once you get past the jumping puzzle, it wouldn't be difficult.
Yeah, you can kind of just Sparrow fly it a lot of the way, I guess.
Because Exhibition's pretty linear. It's just the 4th room of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat, though.
The Prophecy-esque room would be kind of annoying. The very last one. In
Yeah,
the
that's the only
4th
one that
room.
would be annoying.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I was
There's-
gonna make this point
oh,
earlier.
yeah.
But I think Caretaker is just a better version of Shirochi, and health gating does suck.
Yeah.
I would actually.
I agree with
Much
that.
worse.
I don't know. I would disagree because Shirochi's damage phase doesn't feel like a penultimate. It feels just like another piece of the puzzle, as opposed to Caretaker, where everything you're doing leads up to the damage phase, and being gated kind of feels like being blue balled.
I see what you mean there with how Shirochi, because it is like visually hard segmented, and as you have to go up, it makes sense. But like with Caretaker, I guess it's kind of similar in the fact that you have to go up the floors, but even then, like Caretaker, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. The mechanics do kind of seem really final. Where you're going in a room, grabbing the symbols, coming out and shooting.
Right.
That's like
There's a build up. Yeah, the build up is for Caretaker is different than Shirochi, because Shirochi's damage phase is just like it's something that happens. It's not like the final piece of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, how long have I been muted?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Pretty long.
Five,
I was like, these guys are
8
assholes.
minutes.
Pretty much as soon as you stopped doing the intro, I'm pretty sure that's.
I
when
don't
you
think I've
muted.
heard you say a single thing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I was like talking about something. I was like, no one's listening. They're talking over me. Look.
Okay, yeah, I've done that by accident. It's okay.
I was gonna say though, for sure, that's just like that encounter is just non-stop damage. I feel like that is the fight itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Shiro
like, I don't
is
think
just.
anyone fucking likes to do what is it like 12? Not 12. What is it?
6.
6 damage phases? Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. So the fact that it's health gated is still annoying, but
Also,
still.
Yes,
That NASA chick, who is that?
I don't know. I wish I
Down
knew.
bad.
Dude.
For the viewers at home, we're looking at a big titty NASA girlfriend.
It jiggles.
It's a big bouncy gif.
Jeez.
But yeah, I think overall the campaign experiences are like definitely, I think, the best we've had for Destiny 2, and if they can keep going like that with future campaigns, then it's looking good.
Do we expect them to be continuing this for the smaller expansions or just the flagships?
No, it's
Flagships.
not going to be. It's not going to be seasonal story like that. We'll get the seasonal story like we always do, where it's weekly quest steps and then a build up to the end of whatever. But yeah, I think we'll get the big shit for the yearly ones and yearly ones only. And I think the seasonal seasonal story model also works really well because it's a nice digestible way for players to consume story over the course of a season, and it's also an incentive to come back every week, and you don't have to do it all immediately. It's kind of just there for you when you want it.
Yeah, and plus, like, even if you miss a week, you can still catch up pretty easily, which is nice because, you know, people get burnt out on D2 easily nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that Bungie, the only bad thing about the fact that the campaign was so incredible is the fact that they have to now stay at that
Live up
level.
to it.
They have to live up to it
Yeah.
or surpass it at this point.
I hate
Well-
to be this guy, but I could really give a fuck less about campaign. I want like more like raid content. Like
Yeah.
more
I mean, I'm
in-game
the
content.
same.
but
I
didn't
could
you
give
feel
a
like
shit
that?
less.
But didn't you feel like the Legend campaign felt more like a dungeon every level?
I felt like I
Yeah.
wanted to do the raid.
I mean, I felt
Really?
like I wanted to do the raid too, but it felt like
Yeah.
a solo presage or
Yeah,
like
because
Yeah.
as someone who's
Yeah.
like only good at solo content, like that's my entire personality trait. Besides simping, like it's like I don't give a fuck about the story. Like I
Can't
just
say
do
that.
solo raids or some shit like that.
That's. I mean, I think the good thing about this year is we're getting a raid or dungeon every season.
hmm
So
Yeah,
When
'cause
when
we're
is the
getting a
new dungeon?
well, the dungeon would be next season.
Like,
Yeah.
season
Oh,
phase,
A
right.
reprised raid this season after, and then another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the dungeon and then King's Fall most likely, and then it'll be whatever the third expansion before Lightfall is.
and then that'll be another dungeon.
Right. Yeah. Then the second dungeon will be the third expansion, the last one before.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that'll
Lightfall.
be like right before Lightfall.
I don't expect Witness to appear until the final shape. The dialogue that he was saying
100%.
Yeah.
was very. It was finality was the theme that I was getting from it.
Yeah, because I think the whole idea with I think once you have a Lightfall is to round off the chapter of light and dark, like light
Mhm.
versus dark in Destiny, and once they've done Lightfall, they can kind of move on to some other story, whatever they do there.
Yeah.
But
It'll be like a two-part finale because the final shape is gonna be like the end of
Yeah,
Destiny
the saga.
2's. Yeah, well, not the end of Destiny 2, but the end of
Yeah.
the 10-year arc of Light
Light and
versus
dark.
Dark.
Yep.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens.
A lot of people are saying we're gonna go off like away from
The
this current solar
Our
system.
solar system.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because didn't
Yeah.
I'm excited
Savathun
for that.
say that we're gonna move beyond in the what was it?
So-
What are those missions called again? The altar of reflection.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
The
really
Taken
cool,
King
man,
will
just-
rise again.
Wait,
I think
Seven's was like
feel like-
the leader of all the Hive, right?
no.
No,
Just the Worm
No,
Gods?
The Worm
Or-
Gods are the de facto like leaders.
Is there
yeah.
like a
Um,
big like Hive person?
Well, the three leader. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what
I
mean,
think
I
it'll be the
never paid
remaining
attention to
worm
the story.
gods.
yeah, the Worm Gods are like the big bads, the leaders. But then you have like Savathun, Zivarath, and Oryx.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Oryx got the power from the Worm Gods, and because of that, they'd be like blood hungry and shit, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, the worm. All Hive have a worm inside them that hungers And
The worm
get
outside me.
and gains and gains energy based on kills.
Like if you did the parasite, like if you've got the parasite exotic, that mission, that whole quest line is all about
Yeah,
like cleansing a worm and putting them and turning them into a gun. Like
Yeah.
that's
So
that
essentially,
kind
the
of
more you kill as a Hive, the stronger you become.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if you stop killing for an extended period of time, your worm will get hungry and kill you.
yeah. That's why with parasite, the more kills you get before firing a shot, the more damage that shot will do.
Yeah.
That's
It's actually-
that's the whole thing with
yeah.
parasite. Like it's a
It's
very
a-
lore heavy gun.
Yeah. It's really sick that they were
Yeah.
able to integrate such a key part of enemy lore into a weapon like that.
Yeah,
It's actually super cool. The mission itself was pretty funny too.
yeah.
The way that he
the
was
worm
quipping
just
back and
screaming
forth
at
with
you.
us.
Yeah.
I really liked that mission where you had to go jumping around all those pools of energy.
Yeah.
That was really entertaining.
Yeah,
So-
the day one raid. Now
We're just gonna get right into it.
Are we gonna talk
Yeah.
about games or what?
No,
Nah,
I think everyone
let's-
already has made up their mind on it. I
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah.
the only
Not
the only
bother.
issue I have with the emblems is that it should have been. I wish they had just made like another emblem for the people who completed it on day 2 instead of giving them the day 1 emblem,
I fully agree, honestly.
which I
Even
think
though
would
I was
say
a day
it
two.
would sate both parties. Like nobody would be happy about the extent. Not everyone is happy about the extension. No one's gonna agree. Not everyone is gonna agree that the extension should have happened or how long it should have been. But
yeah,
I think at least making the separate emblem would, it would be a compromise that I think everyone could at least be accepting of.
yeah. I think everyone's biggest issue with day one though was the disconnects.
Exactly. Yes. That's like
That-
the single biggest issue. Some people
that
were
was-
there for 6 hours.
That was so like the disconnects at the start, that was so disheartening. Like I remember, like we finished the boat part, and then we drop down. We land and start running to first. Boom, gone. Do it again, and then we get guitarred before we even get to that point. And we're like, okay, cool, that's fun. And then from there on, my team was kind of safe, but I know some other teams spent a while before they got going.
Elysium Team 1 had to redo the first half of the raid 3 times because they kept getting soft locked.
Yeah.
Same with Ascend, I think. Ascend had to do up to Caretaker 3 times.
Like
And
they had to do acquisition.
They had to
3 times?
do the entrance, first and second encounter 3 times over before they finally didn't get soft locked.
Because I know a lot of teams were getting soft locked at Caretaker because they weren't killing him quick enough. Because that's what caused that soft lock was.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know
so
my
like
team.
when
My team. Yeah. No,
when
sorry.
you get
Go
to the
ahead.
3rd well, and then it says the current well is fading, it does like an audio cue, which is supposed to wipe you, but the game wasn't wiping teams.
Oh.
And you could keep doing damage afterwards. And
Oh.
if you killed him after that, you would get the Caretaker soft lock.
Oh. So you would just have to. So to avoid getting soft locked, you would just wipe and redo it.
You just need to, yeah. I mean, it was supposed to wipe you anyway, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, if you got soft locked at Caretaker, you weren't supposed to beat it anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the acquisition soft locks because we never had any of those issues.
I saw that Dado's team didn't even get Caretaker to spawn in for like 20 minutes on one of their runs.
That's tough.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I watched Evan's video, the hour-long special about the day 1 race.
I need to watch
yesterday.
that later.
I need to watch that.
Evan does a fantastic job with these videos.
I really like his raid videos. You can tell he puts in a lot of effort.
He does.
I think he's got I think he's got an English degree, so the writing's always solid.
Yeah, he has a degree from a good university.
Yeah.
I know he got a new editor recently as well, which lets him like make them quicker as well.
He has three editors.
Yeah.
Holy.
But for big videos like that, it's always better to have multiple editors because you can have them working on different sections at the same time.
Yeah, so you can just segment them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, here's 15 minutes, or like here's 20 minutes, here's 20 minutes, here's 20 minutes, go do it. I've got all the writing and all the recording done. He just gives them the files and they do it.
Yeah, it's also super entertaining to see him working on the scripts on stream. It's a really...
I forgot he does that, right?
Yeah.
Where he gets chat interaction and like feedback.
Yeah, he like they're able to help him write it almost. Like ultimately it's his words that he's putting on the page, but like they can remind him of things, which is very helpful.
Well, it's tough for one person to remember every possible thing, but when you have like 400 people watching you, you get not everything, but like 99% of things.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart way of doing it.
I think mechanically the raid's really fun as well. Like it's kind of a new-ish thing for Destiny with the symbols, and I think the funnest part for me about that, the most fun I had with it, was naming conventions at the start.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just everyone has like 3 or 4 different callouts for every symbol.
Yeah.
Like what? Okay, what did you, real quick? What did you guys call the white silhouette with the black hole in it?
Iron Man.
Hole.
Really? I called it depression.
Yeah, same. It was depression for my team too.
Yeah, dude, depression.
And then what about the orange silhouette with the white one in the background? We called it Jesus.
Jesus.
I called it orange Jesus.
I heard somebody called it Trump.
Yeah, I think we've had Jesus or like Prage or something like that as well.
No, it was Prage or Jesus.
It's kind of funny how quiet I have to be for this conversation, because you guys were talking about the raid, and I'm over here like, I haven't touched this game in like 3+ months.
I think it's funny because I think everyone except for Colt was on a separate day 1 team, so we all had different experiences.
For us, we were initially like saying what we saw, and everyone was like, yeah, we've got no idea. So we got fed up of people giving call-outs. We don't know what they were. So we just went around the room as a group, looked at the symbols, and had like a mini conversation of going, okay, what's this? And then we agreed on it. Yeah, literally. We voted on it as we were there, and that really helped us with call-outs pretty fast.
So like
because
20 minutes of doing that saved you.
See, we weren't that smart. What we did is we had like a group chat with like where you could draw.
Yeah.
And we were like drawing the symbols and being like, okay, we're calling this teardrop.
Like a group MS Paint.
Yeah. That's
how
what we
bad
had.
was that?
Like love, or like the pink one, we called it swirl because there's a swirl in the middle, and like we just went through all of them, drawing them out instead of going around the room trying to find them.
Yeah. It was nice and easy to do that in the first encounter, and it was really beneficial because once we had the people doing call-outs and like we'd got the call-outs down so well, it was just a non-issue for everyone because everyone knew what we were talking about immediately from there on.
It saves so much time to just go around the room one time, do a once-over, and then realize like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and you just gotta accept it. Not being like mean about it, obviously. That was kind of a poor way of putting it, but like just deciding once and for all, here's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It saves so much time on the back end. But the thing for my team, we did the mechanics wrong. It turned out we did the mechanics wrong for like 3 hours, I think, and then we ended up getting it right by accident twice in a row. So we thought we were on the right track.
Yeah, the way your team did Caretaker was quite funny.
Oh wait, were you watching a stream or you didn't join for Caretaker?
No, I learned after from Flux that you were picking. You were going in the room and finding all the symbols from one side and only picking up those ones.
That's what we started off doing.
Oh,
but we stopped because it was too time consuming.
Yeah.
To figure out what the 3 symbols were.
Yeah,
I was just on stuns.
We started off doing that.
Yeah, with us, my team, we started off going one person at a time and it wasn't working, so then we went okay, and then we just sent one person in, grab 3, come out, and we started getting that down. I think an issue we had was stuns and then also the speed of us going and grabbing symbols, but once we got that down, Caretaker is pretty solid to do.
I think we got Caretaker within about an hour. But we had the infinite damage glitch on the 3rd floor, which helped us.
Yeah.
And we just got it by accident. Like, we had no idea what was going on. We were like, is this just a mechanic? Because it was the first time we had even gotten to the 2nd floor that we got all the way up there.
Yeah.
But one more symbol, though. What did you guys call Black Heart?
Which
Black
one?
Heart.
Oh, wait, the one that looks like...
The Heart of the Black Garden. Black Heart.
The Heart of the Black Garden.
Oh, the one from Garden. We called it Smudge because it looks like an ink blot.
We called it Blob.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite callouts is Blues teams for the one that is the icon of Garden.
We call
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
I've heard Utah. I've heard Mexico.
Utah. Wait, for like
I can see Utah. Yeah, Utah. I can see Utah. No, I think I've heard it called Bosnia as well.
Bosnia. I guess maybe the flag. I don't know.
I was thinking like India for a second.
Yeah,
or India or Ireland, because there's multiple countries with
orange. We settled pretty fast on Garden because we saw it was the thing from Garden. We're like, oh yeah, cool. It's Garden of Salvation. Yeah.
Yeah, no. The first time we saw it, one guy on my team was like, "It's the day 1 Garden emblem."
Yeah, that's what we realized too. But we were at that point, we were like, until Ginger actually had to come help us, we were so convinced, like we're just not going to change anything because we've been doing it this way and we're comfortable with it. Yeah, we thought that we were just going to screw ourselves over if we changed it up now, but it turns out that it wasn't that big of an issue.
Yeah, I don't feel about Acquisition, the running one.
Yeah, Acquisition. No, it's Exhibition.
Exhibition. Okay, yeah, Exhibition. Yeah, I joined you for that, and we kind of gave it a few stabs with the way you were doing it, and then changed it up to the way we'd got it done, and then it kind of just clicked.
We were splitting up in the last room, which was kind of screwing us over. Instead of running as a death blob, which
that death balling in final room was really good for that, just because you've got everyone together.
Yeah, you can basically Mr. President, the guy with the callus nut.
Yeah.
The entire time without having to.
Oh my god, I was the callus nut for so long, and killing ads that slow is so painful.
It was so bad. At least I remember. I think somebody showed me where you could just stand and then shoot one of the doors in the second encounter or the second room of that encounter.
Yeah.
You would go in and then take a left, hop up onto the ledge, and then just shoot the door for like 2 minutes straight. You just kill everything coming out. It was so helpful for just preventing everything from swarming you. And you had a really good vantage point for the first knight that would appear in the middle.
Did I tell you guys? Oh, my bad.
Oh, go on.
My sister's pregnant.
And you're the father?
Yeah, I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah. I heard that. Congratulations.
I figured it was important everyone here knew.
You already made that joke on Twitter, Colt.
Well,
it's not funny anymore.
No one on the podcast heard it.
You heard it. You follow him on Twitter at it's Colt.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Colt. So.
One of my favorite takeaways from the raid again is that Waveframe GL's on top as always for day one.
I told everybody I know that Waveframes were going to be insane, and
they
no one believed me.
I used it for VOG. I used Deafening Whisper for VOG.
I saw above made a video on like the best weapons to take into day one, and he excluded every Waveframe except for the exotic one. I called him out in the comments. He was like, "Yeah, I probably should have put those in there." Because
I told everyone on my team to get a Deafening Whisper before the DLC, because I was like, it one-shot goblins in VOG.
Yep.
It made the quantum ones completely one-shot. It's gonna slay.
Yeah.
If it's taken, it's gonna kill everything in one shot.
And volatile on Deafening Whisper.
Oh my god,
absolutely
nuts.
nuts.
So unbelievably good. And the best part about the Waveframe is it one-shots the red bars, but then if there's a yellow bar, it staggers them. It's a staggering that does it. Yeah, staggering 2-shot. It's the best. And then I was running Fatebringer as well, just for unstoppable.
Fatebringer was surprised. I don't know why I didn't swap to Fatebringer sooner. I was using Osteo for the first bit. And then I then switched to I think Outbreak for a bit because that was Outbreak is good for that.
Outbreak's always, if you have 6 Outbreaks, it's good for boss.
Right. We did that for Caretaker. But Final Stand because we ran out of ammo and didn't have good RNG with drops. But no, Fatebringer is insane because it can really stagger the shield guys.
Yep.
And it even if just shooting the shields, you can kill them just by shooting the shields, and it stuns them. Really helpful.
My Deafening Whisper is Lead from Gold Wellspring. So Wellspring with the build I was running with Sentinel with Void Debts and the stat distribution I had, I basically had no downtime on abilities with the amount of explosions that were going off in Volatile and everything like that, plus Wellspring in there. It was so nice, and then you got Lead from Gold for that extra special from the heavy bricks.
Lead from Gold is so clutch for day one when you have bad ammo economies. I had auto-loading and Lead from Gold, and then one with Unrelenting Lead from Gold, which I didn't end up using.
I do Ambitious Assassin Unrelenting, because 1 kill will overflow it to 2.
Yeah,
and then you get constant health because it kills everything in one shot. That Unrelenting is usually actually activated. That you just have infinite health,
especially with minor spec or major spec.
I use minor spec, and then I swap to Taken spec for the final boss. But then I end up swapping to Funnel Web.
Honestly, I was using for boss I was using my Funnel Web, which is a very good idea.
But for like now doing the raid, it's quite nice because most raids you can kind of just get away with using one loadout throughout everything. But with the mixture of encounters in this raid, you kind of switch up between ad clear setups and DPS setups, which is nice.
They did a really good job about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to switch between a lot of guns. You have to bring
Yeah.
more than one loadout for the whole raid.
Like
Like,
the
Wish, you can-
caretaker
yeah.
to exhibition difference, because you've got one that's like really focused on damage, and then the next one is the complete polar opposite. It's
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
ad clear, and it has to be quick.
It's quick
Yeah.
ad clear. That was the thing on day one. I think fucked a lot of teams on exhibition was how fast you have to be underleveled as well.
So did you guys know that there were 2 knights in each room?
Yes.
See, my team did not.
Oh no.
So we were doing the 3rd and 4th room as if we
Ooh.
only had one time extension.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's rough.
So you didn't realize. So you didn't realize there were 2 knights, or
We
you didn't care.
realize there were 2 knights. If we would have been, we still got through it in, I would say, like an hour or so.
Yeah.
But it would have been so much quicker if we realized that we had 40
Yeah.
more seconds per room than we actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
I'm just impressed that you managed to do it with only 1 night kill.
I used Arc Strider, which was actually really clutch.
Okay, yeah, I can see that for the ads.
But like
Yeah,
we did
For
wipe
sure.
a few times, like while running into the room to deposit the relics, because we just had no time.
yeah.
Yeah. Witherhorde was the MVP for exhibition for sure.
I was still on deafening. We had some people on the exotic GL, but
Yeah.
I
Or
used
deafening.
Osteo, deafening, and a sword.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sword. Yeah. I used swords just to see if I could keep, like, just in case I needed to keep up.
I had Parasite to one hit the Glyph Keepers.
I used Parasite and Caretaker. I remember.
Fair
Dude,
play.
the caretaker was such a bitch because of the RNG with those worms coming out of his back. Like, they would either fly off into nothingness or just all seek you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there was no consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way to predict it. There's no way to prevent it. Even if you shoot them, the explosion can still kill you.
I think one of the more annoying things from Caretaker was as you were leaving the room, getting shot by stray wizard fire and dying as you're exiting. That was
Yeah.
an annoying thing.
Our first run, I enter the room and I think I lasted 1, maybe 2
Yeah.
seconds because the
Yeah.
wizard spawns and just beams you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
on our
pre-firing.
on our first run, we had 3 of us go in there, and we saw the wizards and started shooting them, and we're like, "Oh, that's not going to work,"
No.
because they've got so much health. Like, I think
Yeah.
they must have like similar to Caretaker health.
I haven't tried to kill one since the day 1, but
Same.
I'm curious.
You
It-
would just ignore them.
It might be funny to send 6 people in and see if you can nuke a wizard.
That would be an interesting DPS test.
Yeah,
I feel like if
Yeah.
you just use swords
probably.
Yeah,
with Taken Spec,
Sounds like a
6
new
swords
scrub
would be
idea.
fine.
dude. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude. I
Scrub
can't.
video.
I've seen those videos that he posted like last week about him just
Debunking the
yeah,
Reddit
the fact that people think on
That is my favorite
Reddit
videos
that
of all time.
glaives are
Oh,
they
yeah.
think that
Glaive.
glaives are good when you can literally use the same mod setup and with Izzy Rocket and do way more
Yeah.
damage with less
Yeah.
effort.
He needs to
I
do this
don't-
more often because people
I don't-
listen to Reddit way too much. It's
I don't get
rough.
people's reluctancy to use guns because they're good. Like, people are always looking. I get it. It's always nice to find alternatives to use, but
Yeah.
they're always beating down on the best setups and going, "No, I'm not going to use it just because it's the
They're
best." It's like,
anti-meta.
Yeah,
It's
and then
very
Yeah.
and then Destiny
casual.
also, strangely, on the other side of the coin, you have a community that actively discourages or it beats down on people who are good at the game.
yeah,
Unusually, because Destiny is the only community I've ever seen that like rails against people that are good at the game.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this is the case. Like, literally any other game, you see people gushing about the best players in the world. And with Destiny, you'll see Glad post a video about whatever, and he'll just be like, "Oh, bro, he's cheating," or whatever.
Can't do this
Yeah.
on console.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't do this on console. The
that was my
classic-
doesn't
favorite. That was my favorite clip post raid. Was someone doing a well skate, and then the quote was, "I bet you can't do this on console with a controller." And then is
And
him
then he
doing it on console.
responded with it.
Yeah, he responded doing it on console with the controller. Best thing.
My favorite movie of the week this year, possibly ever, is when they got is when they picked Camel's quick swapping video after everyone was
No hands.
complaining about like
Amazing.
the dude not only can you do this on console, you can do it with no hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Did
Talked
we?
about that last time, yeah.
I think so,
we
yeah.
mentioned this video because I said it was like the Bungie picked like the all-time, and they could take a joke too. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was
Which-
super funny.
And then they still ended up nerfing it because
Yeah.
of
It's
course
like there was a
they-
Halo Pro back in the day who had no thumbs, so it's like you can't say that what you're doing is or what you've got is a barrier to skill, or the input device you're using is a barrier to doing these things. The barrier to doing these things is to you not learning them. Like
just a skill issue.
you know, it
That's
literally
ratio.
is. Like with like sword skating, since they changed it, it's an issue of skill, like learning those inputs to swap weapons and when to activate your jumps and Icarus dashes is a skill, and like the same with new relic skating where you have to drop and pick it up again. That's all learned input skill, and it's not as easy as it used to be, but it's still doable. You just have to put the time in to learn it.
People are
It literally-
lazy though, and they don't want to put the time in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They want Destiny handles it's Destiny just hands things.
And then you have the insane
Part
people
of
of the
British
and then you have the
culture.
you've got the
That's what I
insane
like.
sparrow magicians in Destiny as well.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I
I've
can't do
tried.
that.
I respect the
I-
fuck out
I've
of
never
it, man.
tried.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I really respect the people that are able to do things like that. That is
Entertaining.
incredibly funny to watch.
I can sparrow launch and I can do the discount prophecy skip where you get a new sparrow and go down, but that's about
I
it.
see. I can't
do
do
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have problems with like motor control in my left hand, so it's very
Yeah.
hard for me to launch.
Yeah.
It's really it's, like I can do it sometimes, but it's very inconsistent.
I spent a long time practicing spiral launching because that's all I had time to do. This was when Zupa was going for the 999 light grind, and I was his patrol slave for 3 weeks.
Was
And
it fun?
A little bitch boy.
I did 1,200 moon patrols. That was a fun time.
Oh my.
Were you guys just talking, or were you just silently doing bounties?
I was listening to music doing patrols for 3 weeks, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's
Oh
imagine,
my
like,
God.
Like if we go
listening to music,
AFK,
watching
would he be doing
Netflix.
them with you?
No, he's doing the moon loop, like the patrol. No, he's doing the bounty loop in and out of the lost sector, and I'm there doing patrols, getting him a bit more XP and a bit more glimmer, so we can go for like a run or two longer. But yeah. The amount of times I've had Tolan speak is ridiculous. But as I was going around the moon, I'd just be doing sparrow launches as I went.
I play with
That
that
was
sound on the
miserable.
red farm and shit.
Will you
It was miserable.
just hearing Tolan's dumbass fucking his nihilistic lines over and over again?
Guardian.
Yeah.
Will you
It's
be
not-
like your vanguard?
It's not good.
It's just it's ingrained into your brain now. You can't get it out. Just
Yeah,
like the
no.
bugs under your skin.
Oh no.
Dig them out. Yeah.
You have to
Stare
dig
on
them
your
out.
skin. People are
Oh,
probably thinking,
God.
what the fuck's wrong with
Yeah.
They- I don't even. I've never heard anybody say that other than people in graphic.
graphic?
Yeah.
It's like our joke.
Nick has like started it.
I think it's also the Coles really helped with that when he freaked the fuck out at the gun name.
The under your skin bow.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw
That was
it, I
hilarious.
I think no, it's on TikTok actually. Now that I remember,
Yeah.
there's a few videos that went viral. Like there were just the voice, the text to speech voice going like there are bugs under your skin, bugs under your skin, bugs under your skin.
Yeah.
That fucking text-to-speech voice makes me want to kill myself.
Well,
It's the
and there's
worst
like 5 of
fucking
them
voiceover
too.
ever. When it's the happy female voice, I actually.
Oh my
wanna
God,
die.
that
It is the
one
worst
is-
voice.
No,
He's
the one
most-
that
I don't even use TikTok, and I hate
you know
it.
all those videos on YouTube of just reading Reddit comments. Like, with
Yeah.
they all have the
Those
like the
jokes.
same voice, and they all
Yeah.
screw up the same
Yeah,
words.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Dude, I actually like those videos because like I don't actually have to read Reddit. I can just like have it play in my
True.
ear.
that-
I've-
yeah, our
just
generation.
just double checked for the Moon Patrols thing. So with each area of the moon, there were 3 patrols I would do. I'd do the Toland patrol, I'd do the kill patrol, and the high value target patrol of the area. So it's 3 patrols from each section. I've done 466 Toland patrols, which is 1,398 moon patrols. Kill me.
Lord.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real
fun.
bad. I still remember just happening to not the Zupa thing, but
Yeah.
I remember when Bagel, was it Bagel or Bagel Batter that
It was
actually did it?
Bagel. It was Bagel, but there's a whole thing there of like we're mostly sure, me and Zupa from the time, that Bagel was someone else was on his account at some points, because Zupa did a 48-hour session one day, and Bagel did the same. But then Zupa went to bed, but then Bagel was on for like 100 hours non-stop patrols. Like, it was ridiculous. I think it was either someone rotating account or something.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there was.
Account.
Yeah. Like, just that's ridiculous. I mean, that's inhuman. You cannot do that.
To be fair,
crackhead status.
To be fair, Zupa would have had it done sooner, but he took at one point a 3-week break with patrols, with bounties. Sorry, because he got to like level 100 week 1, and then had carried on doing it for a while, and then took a 3-week break because he went on holiday, came back, and did it. But yeah, that was a fun adventure.
Bro,
Sorry, go on.
I'm just like, I cannot imagine doing moon bounties for more than an hour at a time. Because I picked up one set, like 2 weekly. I did 2 weeklies and then a bunch of the repeatables.
Yeah.
And the dailies, and I did that for about 90 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, dude, I can't. I want to fucking die. I can't do this anymore.
Bounties are so boring.
It's so they're just so not engaging. Like
They are.
I just do them whenever,
boring.
whenever I get on for the day, I'll grab some. If they're like things that I know I'm gonna be doing, like weapons that I know I'm going to use, elements, like stuff that'll just get done passively. I don't do bounties to just do them. They're stuff that happen passively in the background while I'm playing. I don't know if you guys do that.
A moment of silence for throwaway.
Yeah. No, I think we already had lots of moments of silence of people sleeping while doing throwaway.
If I have my phone by me, I'll buy bounties from the app.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Sometimes.
No,
Do you want? Wait,
that
no,
sucks
no.
is
Do you want
can't
a
do it.
big? Do you want the biggest brain move?
Is
You
it saving the Iron Banner bounties for Lightfall? Because I'm already doing that.
You download BlueStacks, which is an Android emulator on your computer, so you can tab out of Destiny and buy bounties on your PC, but with an Android emulator. Big brain. Don't have to
But
pick up
you
your phone.
can't buy bounties on the Destiny app unless you're in orbit, right?
Yeah, you still have to be in orbit, but you don't have to pick up your phone. You just tab out
I
of
normally have my
Destiny.
phone next to me.
Yeah,
Same.
me too. I don't like. It's not that different.
Same,
It's
but
really, it's
like
not that
I'm
different.
supremely lazy. Like I don't want to take my hand off my keyboard. You know,
Yes.
it's supreme laziness is all it is.
Yeah, but then you're like alt tabbing out of the game.
Yeah,
You could be grinding Destiny 2 strikes.
true.
You know?
No, I can't even grind strikes anymore. ATP. They took my strikes away from me, and they put battlegrounds in there. Why
They
did they
gave
do
us
that?
True, you keep
Battlegrounds.
getting Battleground Behemoth. It's funny,
Yes.
whenever I load into that, I just get error coded and I'm in orbit.
I did. I was playing with a friend to help her do some pinnacles, and she's like, "We're gonna keep if we get battlegrounds, we're just gonna keep requeuing until we don't get battlegrounds." And then we got 3 of them in a row, and she's just like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it because I'm
I don't
too mad."
mind the Cosmodrome one or the
Yeah.
Europa one. I don't mind those two.
The Earth one isn't bad.
The Nessus ones are horrible.
Yeah, the
I
Nessus one is
refuse to
really
do
really
those.
annoying because there's so much cover that you have to go around. And then
To
the
be honest-
Scion, the Scion's just gonna sneak past you and stop the progress of your ghost hacking or whatever.
It's just annoying that I can't just sit down like mindlessly do strikes anymore, because I used to just sometimes enjoy sitting there and going, okay, I'm going to play strikes for like 3 hours and switch my brain off.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And having to do battlegrounds is just boring, because I I like my strikes.
I don't like
noobs in there too, like crossplay, like
there
console
are
players.
Strikes in D1 was like the best fucking thing ever. Like I remember getting
Yeah.
good
it
modifiers.
was fun.
And, like I would just
yeah.
do that for hours. But like D2,
Heroic
there's
strike
no
modifier,
fucking
good
reason to
days.
do it.
Dude.
Like, it's just, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dude, please bring back small arms so Osteo can one floor Protheon, please. Like,
Do you
Yeah.
remember good strike weeks in D1? That was like fucking.
Yeah.
I would do that
Yeah,
for
like,
the entire week.
I would
It
be
was insane.
That would
excited
be like-
to like
that-
log in on Tuesday and see what the heroic strike modifiers
that
are.
Yes.
would be like the highlight of the week is getting Rainbow and
or Rainbow Heavyweight.
or Daybreak. No, it was Daybreak.
Yeah.
Daybreak.
The
Yeah.
super-
Airborne was a
yeah.
good modifier too, depending on.
Yeah, or Airborne if you had Fourth Horseman.
Airborne and like Arcburn with Fourth
It
Horseman.
was.
Peregrine
It was.
I
fun,
remember-
And I wish
Yeah.
I
I
had more of
remember,
that for
yeah.
sure, 'cause I would.
I remember
do
seeing
strike.
that. Like,
I remember
Yeah.
I had like. What was the strike that gave you the Imago loop?
the
Undying
Undying Mind.
Strike, like,
It was the
800
Undying
times.
Mind. Yeah.
That specific strike like 800 times.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Bubble, you'd have 1,000-yard stairs.
Yeah, me and
Yep.
Snare
Yeah.
would do that
Map
shit like
you
on
farm.
fucking-
Oh, dude,
You
like
could-
the
Dragon
You
Breath
kill him with Dragon's
Dragon
Breath,
Breath,
you could
yeah.
like
Was it
time it. Yeah.
the Shield
Yeah.
Brothers too. The tank room you
Oh,
could
that was
on
fun.
the tank
Yeah.
room on Shield Brothers with Atheon's Epilogue. The Void Burn with small
Yeah.
arms. You could dump a mag. You could dump 2 mags into it and kill the tank that way. It was so much fun.
And no one will forget Varstark, my man.
Tell us dog.
Stepped in the
Whether we
water.
want it.
And then there's the safe spot in the chandelier.
Yeah.
I never used
Also, hide
that.
under the staircase.
I did
Or
the staircase.
Yeah, the staircase.
Staircase, boys.
That was
Yeah.
a classic.
Staircase, dude. That was so
That's
much
how I did the
fun.
Nightfall when I had no friends.
Yeah.
We were all
That's why you
solo players
solo,
back
because you have
then.
no friends.
I was solo up until Taken King. think.
I don't know how I let them get away with this, but when I first bought my Xbox, my mom convinced me to let me to set my account up as a child account for
Oh
whatever
my
reason. So
Yeah.
I didn't get to play raids until January 2016.
Oh.
You couldn't like do the activity.
I couldn't play. I won a raffle to play trials with Jake, and
Yeah.
I couldn't join because he wasn't on my friends list. Because that's one of the restrictions. You can't like join or play
Yeah,
with
you
people
can't
who aren't on
play
your
with
friends
someone
list.
who you don't have.
I played
Yeah.
solo until I met ATP.
And
Remembered you.
And also,
Yeah.
my gamer tag at the time was extremely convoluted and cringe.
I met
Yeah.
you and Spartan in a Twitch chat, and they needed someone for a challenge, and I at the time lied and said, "Yeah, I've done solo Argos." I did not, and they gave me the challenge. And I did pretty well, and they just add me as friends, and it went from there. But I did do solo
Well, you
Argos
met
eventually.
them in
You just
D2.
manifested
No,
it,
D1.
That's-
Solo Argos
Yeah,
in Destiny
Solo
1.
Argo?
Well,
You
yeah,
mean Auric?
solo fucking Axis. That's it.
Axe.
Oh my
okay.
God.
I was like, because I met.
They
'cause I
didn't
met
bother checking
you
your raid
and
report.
Spartan in like Taken King. I
Dude,
think
no one used raid report back then.
Oh.
Yeah.
it didn't exist until
It-
April 2017.
Oh.
Yeah.
you
no,
you
we'll-
had to. So what I would do is if I LFG'd, I would look up their grimoire cards.
They're
Yes.
grimoire-
Because you could
they
see
kinda-
how many clears they had
Oh,
Yeah.
on their
really?
grimoire card.
That's
Mhm.
fun. Oh, that's actually very interesting. I didn't even know that raid report didn't exist until that late in Destiny 1.
I didn't know it existed until like December of 2017 when someone kept mentioning red dots and I had no idea. what they were talking
Yeah.
about.
Fucking, I hate that shit. I was like, I don't want to say the name because I don't talk to them anymore, but the specific guy I'd be like, I don't feel like doing this anymore, so I hop out, and all I would hear him say is, "No, my red dot. I don't want that."
My
Yeah.
I joined
do
a
that.
clear farming clan and on Xbox back in early D2, and that was all we did. Like I was clanmates with the guy that did like 2,000 checkpoint clears of
Are
Levy.
you talking
Prestige-
about
Prestige Levy?
my man Alan Sparks?
Sparks
No.
XPL.
No, I'm not talking about.
Oh.
No, well, no.
Oh, is it
was Rex NZ?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
him
There were a
and
bunch
a
of
few
them.
other guys like
Yeah.
Bunny Berry Mag.
Yeah.
Mags, X Berry Mags. I played with her during Spire a bit.
She and
I-
Newman were my friend Newman were clanmates for a while.
I remember back in the day sitting there and doing Argos checkpoints with Spark for just hours.
Oh,
just
dude,
sit
I
there.
think I did a few with him too. He
I've
called
only
me.
played with him once, and it was miserable.
Dude,
it was
yeah,
Six,
I was in his
six
game.
golden guns,
I
one
was in his
phase.
game, and I heard him say, "Aren't you in your arrows? Aren't you supposed to be like good? You're shit." And I was like, "What did I do?"
Damn.
Okay, so toxic ATP moment. He is horrible. He is
Yeah.
like easily one of the worst players I've ever played with.
Spark, yeah, no, he yeah,
Spark's a dick.
because all we did for Argos then was literally pop 6 golden guns, shoot, boss fall over, restart.
Yeah, repeat. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was his day for months.
I remember.
That's
this
all
was,
he did.
You guys remember API speedrunning?
Yes.
That was. I mean, it was fun. I
have
didn't take
a
it
funny
seriously.
story about that. I think it was one of the. It was back when Solar used to be like an API speedrunning clan.
Yeah.
They got on my shit because I had like a very bad like speed time for API. So I got like Hazaho and Boop together, a bunch of randoms together, and we beat the record for API at by like 40 seconds, like a second try.
We did
I made it a YouTube video. It was fucking stupid.
I did. Yeah.
Mm,
I still have like
Ubisoft-
a 16-minute Spire. Even.
Mesoft and TB used to do Spire boss checkpoint farming when that used to count on Raid Report,
Oh.
and we did Spire boss checkpoint speedruns as well. So
Oh. The 6-second Spire.
no, like that was the bug, but like the full encounter for like final
It
boss
was like
Spire.
5 minutes or something. Or like
Oh,
4
yeah.
Yeah.
minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's like a 4-minute 40 kind of ordeal.
Do you remember when leveling up would give you full super?
Yes, that was the best.
Because there were people who
You
they
would
would
edge.
purposefully edge
Yeah,
so they could go into Argos, kill one goblin, get a tether, and then make
Yeah.
orbs for the API like checkpoint speed
Yeah.
run.
yeah.
Remember that?
There's some crazy stuff people have done for that.
That was wild. Do you remember when like super regen exotics weren't dog shit though? Like
Oh my god.
getting your super off of 7 kills of like 7 dogs and Levi.
Yeah.
I miss
Lives
getting
way.
consistent heavy ammo without using finishers. That was a
Well, you could guarantee it from killing a yellow bar.
It was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And it actually made
And-
yellow bars have a purpose too. I feel like
They don't really do anything other than annoy you
just have an
nowadays.
extra 2 or 3 shots.
I don't really understand why they don't just have like a set chance to drop heavy. Like my idea for a while had been like a 5% chance per red bar, 10% yellow bar. For a mini boss, it would be 15. That's fair to me. I don't know what you guys think.
So my understanding is that like the game, because you know how sometimes the game you'll get heavy after heavy after heavy, like
Right?
5
Like,
kills in a
like
row.
it's so
It's-
inconsistent.
the game I'm pretty sure has like a feast and famine mode. How like
Yeah.
when you first log in, you'll get heavy nonstop, but if you play for like an hour, it will stop giving you heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Like,
also
I'm,
the issue.
I'm convinced that's how it works.
There was that issue during Escalation Protocol where you would generate so much heavy ammo on like one person would generate so much heavy ammo. There would be like 15 bricks on the ground, and then it would cause no one else to get heavy ammo.
Yeah.
So you would
Go-
spam
remember
rock.
that.
You would just spam Icalos shotguns.
Going back to Rolk, like like some runs, you'd be really pissed when you wipe because you had like 12 heavy bricks on the ground and it was god tier, and then for the next like 20 wipes or something, there'd be no ammo whatsoever, and then it'd go again, and you'd have infinite heavy on the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I remember I got on day 1 I blasted 2 heavy bricks on Caretaker off the wall because I think there was a volatile round explosion that knocked off of like the 3rd floor of the encounter,
Yeah.
and I dead ass almost shed a tear on that day. In that moment, I was so sad.
Caretaker was really bad, but like at least at Ralk you could use Aeons for like
Yeah.
the glyph keepers. But yeah, if you didn't get good ammo RNG on Caretaker, and that boss, like it was a pretty beefy DPS check day 1.
Yeah, it was.
That like a lot of teams' runs that I saw were ruined just because some guy just never got ammo. And
Yeah.
like he's just so close to dying. Like one heavy brick would have saved the day. Like
Yeah.
I think they really need to find a more consistent way. Or just add synths to the game.
True. I want to go back to D1 where I can have as many synths as I have raid banners for Destiny 2 now. Like,
yeah. I was actually playing D1 like 2 days ago, and swords in D1 hold so much more ammo than in D2 as well. Like, with the Radagast artifact, Dark Drinker has like 90 shots.
Yeah, you can
and
get
in this game. The most you'll get is like 55 or 60.
You can get some up to 100 for in D1.
Yeah. Oh, in D1,
yeah. Like that's
and in D2 as well, like Vortex frames, they use like 8 or 6 ammo, but Dark Drinker only used 5. Like,
yep.
That was insane.
And then the no cooldown on Dark Drinker as well.
There's no cooldown. You can just spam
swords in D2, they refund ammo per for every few hits, right?
It depends on
if you have relentless. If you have,
you couldn't get. There was no such thing as relentless strikes back in Destiny 1. So you would, if you swung your sword, that ammo was gone. You're not getting it back. So there's a benefit that you can pretty much get the same amount of ammo.
If you're getting kills consistently,
if you're getting kills consistently, but if you're not,
if you're not using it for damage, then if you're using it for damage, then you're not going to be able to do as much.
Let me see. I think relentless might actually be hits. Let me look.
I think there is one for hits. There's a fun there was a fun bug a while back that me and Leaf discovered, where if you changed load zones with 0 sword ammo, you got full sword ammo, but it was invisible to you. But your sword did full sword damage on light and heavy attacks.
Even if did it show as empty to you?
It showed on empty client side, but other players would see you doing charged, like with sword ammo attacks. But for you, you'd just be doing the hilt animation.
Oh, that's funny.
So you could spam right click and do old Dark Drinker spinning, but people wouldn't. But you wouldn't be able to see it, and other people would. We tested. We figured this out, and then we ended up doing it in strikes. So like, there's a clip somewhere of Leaf doing Nocris. On his side, he's just hitting Nocris with a sword hilt, and then my end, he's spinning like a ballerina, and Nocris just falls over.
Yeah,
I would love to see Leaf's point of view of that.
That would be hilarious.
It's so funny.
I can't believe I'm gonna be really pissed if he doesn't have that shadow play saved.
I think he probably does. Error ended up contacting us, and he did a video on it. But it was more funny the fact that we were just messing around,